What is up, everyone? Today is Tuesday, January 27th. I'll be trading the Nasdaq like I always do. So I'm coming to this session with a bullish bias. Sorry for the late start. I was messing around with something on my other account, but essentially, so honestly, I want to see, like on the daily, we have this unfilled daily fair value gap right around here. We almost came into it multiple times. I feel like we're finally going to sweep out these highs and tap into that unfilled daily. I feel like I've been saying how I want to see that get hit for a long time. There was this 1 minute kind of over here. It's really not something I'm too interested in, because we took the internal high already. Yeah, but I'd say I'm bullish on the day. You said easy longs today, bro. What's up, G? What's up, Vizid? Yeah, honestly, I'd say it's easy longs today. Oh, and we tapped into that 4-hour unfilled gap. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that. I wanted to see, I marked out this 4-hour. It was unfilled. It got filled now. So we have tapped into this gap. So that was the area I wanted to see us tap into. I guess, let me check the news real quick. There's 10 a.m. orange folder news. You said finally a day we don't complain about PA. I mean, it's kind of early on. I don't know. I hope those aren't equal lows down here. No, we barely swept this low. If we open up this 1 minute and give me a good inversion through it, I might try this, honestly. I just hate this stop loss is kind of wide. I want to mark out in this leg. Well, this is equilibrium. So let's say if we do continue lower, I feel like this is another area we could bounce from. Just 50% of the range. You said, what's up, Tim? What's your bias say? What's up, Samuel? I'd say I'm bullish today. I feel like right now we're moving in bullish order flow. We're actually trading inside this 4-hour gap. You said previous day high hit for sure. I mean, yeah, we've came really far past previous day high. I mean, this high over here is this is like a high from a couple weeks ago that we're pretty close to. Yeah, we never actually hit that high. You know, it'd probably be better for me if we can open up like a 2-minute gap down here, for example, and like invert that. I could have a lot better break-even point. So we just hit equilibrium in the range. Remember I was saying I wanted to see like 50% of that range get hit? So hopefully maybe I want to see a rejection from here. You said this is a nice spot. Yeah, I feel like a lot of days I've been complaining we don't get a good pullback, but we're actually getting like good pullback right now. You said, what's good, Tim? What's the bias for today? What's up, Kane? So honestly, I'm bullish, I'd say. Like, we're trading inside this 4-hour gap. I feel like we're just moving in bullish order flow. We came really close to hitting this high up here, but we never actually took it out. So those are like relative equal highs. I feel like these are going to want to get hit eventually. There's also like relative equal highs up here. We're probably going to open up this 5-minute gap, which is going to be I feel like it's going to be a little annoying. So, I mean, if we magically shoot up and want to invert this 5-minute, I'd try long, but like, I feel like it's kind of unlikely. Like, I would love for it to happen, but... I mean, if this candle wants to shoot up and give me a good close to this 5-minute, this might be something I'd try. I mean, I feel like this could be one of those cases where I could move my stop loss up higher. Because I normally like to give myself like really wide stops, but honestly, even in this case, I will admit this is a little excessive. I could see these candle bodies though. You said if we can't close above this 4-hour, I mean, honestly, I think we're gonna close. I think we're gonna respect this 4-hour. You see, we're like pumping up right now too. See good longs though. I mean, if we get this reaction, I think these are good longs. Interesting. It's my stream dropped for a second. That never happens. The only thing the thing I don't like about this is ES is probably going to take the high first and put it in SMT, which kind of susses me out. I mean, this is pretty much the reaction I was talking about. Like, remember before I marked out equilibrium in this range? I literally said I wanted to see us come down to EQ this range and react off of it. That's pretty much like exactly what's happening right now. So the only thing is though, like, if I were to have taken this 5-minute, I would have wanted to go break even at the internal high, and ES already took that. So like, it doesn't mean I necessarily can't take this trade, but I'm not the biggest fan of trades where there's like an SNT like that at the high, or my break even point, I should say. So as of right now, we're respecting this 5-minute a little bit. I feel like this 5-minute gap's a really good condition though. Like if we keep respecting it, I mean we're probably gonna continue a little lower if we keep respecting it. But if we invert it, I'll definitely be bullish. So I'm not getting an entry in this 5-minute inverse just yet. Honestly, I feel like the best case scenario I could see would be like, let's say if we start continuing up and I get a continuation long. But I don't know, there's orange folder news at 10 a.m. I'm not expecting it to do much, but you said, are you in longs? No. I have a feeling this next candle is going to invert the 5-minute. I'm probably not going to take a trade off of it, but it'll be good for like bias where like once we invert that 5-minute, I'll be a lot more bullish. You said hello, bro. Hello, Aki. How are you? You said I miss you, man? How do you miss me? Well, from like my TikTok lives? You said good man, and you? I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. I'm happy to I'm happy to hear you're doing good. So I'm still just watching this 5-minute, see how we react off this gap. You said, bro, like, what's happening? America, The world's crazy. I mean, yeah. I just sit in my room and don't leave too much. The outside world scares me. I don't know. Interesting. We're still respecting this 5-minute gap now. It's looking like ES is a little more stronger currently. Oh wait, never mind. Are we gonna open up a 15-minute? No, we're not even gonna open up a 15-minute gap here. You said, but Nasdaq is weird because it won't go higher. But gold is more like, I mean, gold and silver are going crazy right now. But I mean, I think Nasdaq's been consolidating for a bit. Like if you look at like the weekly chart, for example, like look at this range over here. Like these are weeks that we are just chopping in the exact same range. When you zoom out though, it's like these are good market conditions. This is a trending market, right? Like this right here, trending market. Even this pullback though, at least you have a direction to trade in, right? Like, but like same thing with this pullback. At least we're trading direction. Like here, we're just chopping. And at least, like, people keep saying, like, oh, why are you losing so much? Like, honestly, though, like, I trade inversions, and these are just the conditions. Inversions don't work good during. But doesn't mean I'm going to switch anything up. So, honestly, for me to take a trade, the main thing I'm looking for right now is I want to see us close through this 5-minute, like, open up another bullish 5 or 15-minute, and, like, trade back into it. Honestly, if we could, like, shoot up at 10 a.m. and, like, open up a, like, 15-minute gap somewhere and, like, manipulate into it, it would be ideal. But I don't know if I'm gonna, I feel like I'm asking for way too much there. So this 5 minutes going to close in 30 seconds. I want to see if it's going to close to this gap. I'm going to pass up on it for the main reason that, like, I feel like ES is so much higher, if you know what I mean. Like, I would have liked to be break even right now if I was in this. Like, yeah, there is, like, low resistance up here, but, like, I don't know. And also, there's orange folder news at 10 a.m. I feel like orange folder news does nothing except when I'm in a trade. Oh, and that's a shit close anyway. We close, like, right at the gap. That's not even a close through. Yeah, you can see ES is breaking out to the upside a little bit. And this pretty much is what I want to see, though. Like, let's say if we keep continuing up, and, like, let's say we open up, like, a 5-minute gap here, for example, and we trade back into it, give me a rejection out of it so I can take a continuation. That's pretty much what I'm waiting for right now. And while I'm waiting here, just so you guys know, Alpha Futures is doing 20% off for the next, like, 3 days. So if you guys are looking to pick up any accounts in Alpha, my discount code TIMB272, that'll get you, it's normally 10%, but for the next, like, 3 days, it'll be 20%. I want to say it ends the end of the 29th. I'm not going to lie, depending on how I do these next couple days, if I keep taking losses on my Alpha accounts, I might just buy some more evals with a discount. So it's looking like we're definitely going to close through this 5-minute. You know, even if I was looking to get an entry on that, like, there really is no entry here. And then it's like, even if you enter or close through, like you're going to leave a wick like that on top. Dude, ES is in the sky. You know, I have been complaining about price action a lot, but this is some good price action. I haven't got an entry yet, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. We like retraced to equilibrium of a higher time frame range. We left behind relative equal highs. There's like another good draw past the relative equal highs. The price action might be so good I might not get an entry ever. We're just running. I mean, we do have the orange folder news in like 7 minutes. It's probably not going to do much. I mean, hopefully it can throw us down so we can like tap into a gap down here, but we're probably going to take out these relative equal highs. So obviously I can't target those since they're going to be taken. But even if we take these relative equal highs, the main thing I'm going to be looking to target after that is this daily unfilled gap up here. Like I've literally been talking about targeting this for so long. Because like we came so close to tapping into it multiple times, never tapped into it. So I feel like the combination of those two things, like honestly, even if we're going to continue bearish, like we got to sweep these highs first. Tap into this gap. I feel like if we're going to continue bearish, we should do it. And if we're going to continue bullish, we should do it, right? If that makes sense. Yeah, I think we just took out the relative equal highs up there. So we're probably going to open up like a 5-minute gap here. Honestly, if we just retrade into this after we open it up and give me a clear inversion out of it, I'd probably take a long. I feel like normally at 10 a.m. I like to see pullbacks into 15-minute gaps, but I just feel like we're moving so bullish. I don't necessarily know if I'll get that today. I don't even know if we might just... We might tap in. We might form this 15-minute and not even rebalance it. I don't know. I'll see. Ugh. You know, not gonna lie though, I feel like I'm in a great mood today. I went back to the gym. I haven't been into the gym in like a hot minute. I hit chest. I low-key kind of hurt my chest. Like it's all healed now, but like I don't know why. Like it was like my inner chest. I almost feel like when my muscle connects to like my bone, it felt like really like I pulled it almost. So we have like 2.5 minutes until 10 a.m. hits and we have the orange folder news. I'm hoping that at 10 a.m. we can pull down and tap into this 5-minute gap over here. That'd be a nice long if I can get it. You said I've come for moral support before my meeting. Appreciate you stopping by, Bryn. What type of meeting you got? So we've got 1 minute until 10 a.m. now. I want to see if this news does anything. It's probably not going to. You said I need to train someone on some work processes. Sounds like fun. Well, good luck with that whenever you go. You know, sometimes when I be training people at my job, like I feel like everyone thinks it's so easy, but it's honestly, it's really not. Like I feel like sometimes, I feel like explaining to someone how to do something can be harder than just me doing it myself sometimes. Like I gotta explain why I'm doing things. It's a lot of talking too, honestly. So there's 10 a.m. 10 a.m.'s not doing too much. I mean, it's orange folder news. So I want to see us pull back into this 5-minute. Maybe get a long out of there. I know ES already did tap into the 5-minute, but we're just so overextended. Like, I really need to see NQ tap into this 5-minute. You said, bro, Timmy, I took the 5-minute inverse. Did you, out of curiosity, did you take the... You said I almost passed my account. That's what's up. Did you take this candle right here that closed at the gap? He said I need 30 more cents. No, you actually waited for the close all the way up here? Damn. What did you target? Those relative equal highs probably? So I'm hoping we can pull back because I would love if we can leave behind. It's still a data high. It might not be red folder news, but it's still like a high left behind from a data release. You said Dodgy took that trade on the 1 minute? Oh yeah, bro, Dodgy be taking anything. He probably took if I had to guess, Dodgy probably took this. And he either sold up here. Knowing Dodgy, he probably sold up there. And maybe he held runners to the relative equal highs. You said I took a half-ass close. I saw bullish order flow. And the close didn't matter. I checked the previous... Okay, yeah, it makes sense. I feel like it was pretty obvious that we were going to close through that gap. Oh, we took out the data high. That's annoying. So regardless, I mean, I still want to see a pullback into this 5-minute gap for me to take a long. You said I target those highs? Yeah. I said, bro, I need 30 more cents. I'm sorry to hear that. You could probably like micro scalp. I mean, what depends. What firm is that account with? Because I know certain firms don't like micro scalping. Does that make sense? You said, why did you not take the 5-minute IFVG? Well, oh, you said Alpha Zero account? Honestly, if I were you, I would take a micro and go for more than 10 points. I think, is it 10, it's 10 points or 10 ticks? I think it's 10 ticks. I know Alpha just doesn't like when you target less than 10 ticks, which is 2.5 points. And if you also hold for less than 2 minutes. You said, bro, I might buy 2 Alpha accounts for real and use your code. Appreciate that, Aki. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you heard me before, but Alpha is doing a sale until the end of the 29th. So it's going to be 20% off. For the next, like, couple days. So if you use my code 10B272, it'll be 20% off instead of, it's like normally 10. But you said it's 0 count. No, it shouldn't matter. I mean, just do like 1 micro and just try to hold for like 11 ticks. Or like 3 points, for example. I don't think they would, but I just don't want them giving you a hard time. Oh, yeah, I was explaining that. I got distracted. You said on MNQ it inversed. Yeah, that's the only thing. On NQ it didn't inverse, so I wasn't comfortable taking it. And also, I feel like ES already kind of took all the highs up here. So there was like an SMT at the highs. So it kind of sussed me out. You said, but bro, just wondering, could you explain the 1 micro and what's the micro? So, I mean, essentially, so like if you're trading minis are like the bigger contract size. But if you go to micros, which is like MNQ, it's like 1/10 the size of a mini. Like the NQ, right? So like, let's say if you're gonna enter a trade in NQ and you're like, oh my god, my stop loss is like $400. I can't do that. You can go to MNQ and take 1 contract, and your stop loss will be $40 instead of $400 because it's like 1/10 essentially. You said what is micro size? It's just 1/10 of an NQ contract. I'm pretty sure, I should know this off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure 1 contract on NQ is $20 per point, but it's $2 per point on MNQ. You should understand now. Yeah, you said you're new to futures. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are new to futures. And I don't know if you've heard me talk about my position size calculator before, but I use something to like calculate my position size. So I type in my stop loss size, my account size, like how much I want to risk and all that. And it'll just tell me how much to enter if I'm trading micros or minis. So I'll just send that in the YouTube chat real quick. But so we're probably going to pull back. We just tapped into that 5-minute. So honestly, I want to see a good long coming out of here. He just made almost payout from 10K account, but lost $400 to pain. Yeah, honestly, trading can be rough. So we've opened up a 30-second. We might open up a 1-minute, maybe, unless we shoot up right now. So we're probably going to open up this 1-minute gap over here. Honestly, I'd prefer if we could open with 3-minute, because I feel like on the 3-minute, the break-even point's a lot better. So honestly, I want price to chop for 2 minutes. Oh, but we're probably... No, never mind. I'm confused. Ignore me. So we're not going to open up this 3-minute, which is a little unfortunate. We're probably going to open up this 2 minute. So this 2 minute is going to be the highest time frame gap in this current price leg. So we've opened up this 5 minute gap right here. Just trying to think, if I do take this, I'll probably just go for 1-1. I hope I can get a good close though. Honestly, I feel like this is one of these trades I can't get an entry on if I had to guess. Honestly, I know I shouldn't put bad things out there like this, but like, I just feel like this 2 minute, it's gonna hit my break even point before I get an entry. I just feel it. Honestly, this is looking like a decent setup if I can get an entry. Delivering from a 5 minute. We're not going to open up a 15 minute for like another 5 minutes. It's not the best to have an unfilled 15 minute gap in your stop loss, but like I feel like we're just moving so bullish. I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably, if we close through this 2 minute, let me show you. There's no 3 minute, there's no 4 minute. There's no 5 minute. Yeah, I mean, if we close through this 2 minute, I'm going to try this long. So 50 seconds till this candle closes. Calm down. Because I want this thing to pull back so I can get a good entry. Because if it closes all the way up here, my break-even point is scuffed. You said, keep going, brother. I learned so much from you in TikTok and YouTube. Thanks, it means a lot. I really appreciate that, Aki. Thank you for sending that. I'm probably gonna get a bad close here, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Oh fuck, no, I'm not gonna try it anyway. It's too, no, that's too bad of a close. Yeah, and that's my break-even point. I would have taken that if I could have gotten an entry, but it took my break-even point. You said happy I longed. Yeah, that's it. You said I love you, bro. Appreciate that. 20. Is that how you say your name? Yeah, 20. 2047. Yeah, so I can't get an entry off that, which is kind of unfortunate. So honestly, at this point, the main thing I'm looking for is maybe if we can trade down into this 15-minute gap that we're going to open up in a minute here. Well, you said you longed from 002? Yeah, I mean, we're flying past there. You said call me 24/7. Oh, yo, that, you know, that makes a lot more sense now that you say that. You said from Nigeria. Hey, what's up? You said had break even set, was scared from that candle. What, this down candle over here? Yeah, it came right back up afterwards. I'm definitely long bias. I really want to see this daily unfilled gap up here get hit. You said blessed price action today. Yeah, I know. This has honestly been the best price action I've probably seen in weeks, like, honestly. Like, I've been complaining about price action every day, and like, even though I haven't gotten an entry, this is still clean price action. Like, I'm happy to see price moving. I want to look at the 4-hour chart, honestly, because on the 4-hour, yeah, we've already had a pullback on the 4-hour. I mean, I want to see a pullback into that 15-minute gap, but play it by year. You said there was a 2-minute or 2 1-minute inversions. You didn't take a trade? Nah, I mean, well, I usually wait for like the highest time frame gap in the leg. So like, I think you're probably talking about like these like 1-minute inversions like down here, I guess. I'm assuming. Like, there was also this 5-minute gap kind of up here. So like, honestly, I was mostly waiting for an inversion through this 5-minute, but like the candle closed right at the 5-minute, and like the next candle was like all the way up here. And also too, like there was a 2-minute gap in this leg right around here. There were multiple 2 minutes. There's a 3-minute, there's a 4-minute, there's a 5-minute. I feel like you can take trades like that if you're really strong in your bias. Like you really believe prices can hit an area. Like you don't have to wait for the highest time frame. But me personally, I typically wait for the highest time frame gap in the current leg. I feel like it does like a... I have to miss entries sometimes, but I feel like it increases my win rate a lot. And overall, I like it. You know, I really hope we can pull back. You said, hey, what's up, new here from Morocco? What's up? How are you, bro? Appreciate you stopping by. You know, honestly, so like, I know sometimes I take like what I call like counter trend, like retracement trades. Like this is a great example of when I would not be willing to take a setup like that. Like even if we did give me like an inversion here toward this unfilled 15-minute gap, I just feel like we're too bullish for me to feel comfortable taking a short. Like might the setup work out? It might work out, but like when you just zoom out and look how we're moving higher time frame, like there's no shot I'm taking a short. Like, look at the way this previous 4-hour candle closed, too. Like, we tapped into this 4-hour gap right here. We tapped into equilibrium of this range, and we just flew up afterwards. Yeah, so at this point, I'm either waiting for us to pull back into the 15. If we don't get that, I'll wait for us to create like a bullish 5-minute gap, and then I'll kind of zoom in lower time frame and try to take like a continuation out of there. But we're moving so bullish today. And, you know, I'd never be looking at gold and silver and stuff, but since I'm waiting, there's nothing really going on right now. I mean, like, look at silver, dude. Silver Someone showed me this and I couldn't believe my eyes. Look at the monthly chart on silver. So each candle represents a month, right? So like, if we look, it's like, okay, we're kind of chilling down here, $25, we hit $30, and it's like, what, starting from like September, right? We're just going parabolic. Like, this chart actually amazes me. Like, you can see this chart starts 2014. So it's like we consolidated for 10 years, and now, like, what is silver doing? And like gold, even like this is the monthly chart of gold as well. Yeah, like I mean, gold has been going up like this, but like, dude, this is December of 08. This is just crazy to me. I'm pretty much still waiting for NQ to pull back. You said 30 cents of doom. I'm sure you got this, Vizid. Just honestly, like, make sure your risk really small. Like, I know this might sound funny, but I literally have been in your position where I've been like $5 away from passing. I take one trade, it literally just goes straight against me. I take another trade, I lose, and I'm like, yo, what? I'm like down 500 now. You said, bro, I'm gonna use one micro. That's exactly what you gotta do. And honestly, just go for like one-to-ones. You could go for like, you could literally go for like a $5 one-to-one. And if that loses, go for like a $10 one-to-one, if that makes sense. Try not to do that too bad though, because I don't think they like martingaling either, but I don't know if you've ever heard of martingaling. That's pretty much what that is. You said I'm long on MES. Any thoughts? Not bad. I mean, we're definitely bullish higher time frame. Like, I'm focusing on NQ right now, and I'm mostly waiting for a pullback into this 15-minute gap for me to take a long, but like, you're following the bullish order flow. I mean, we inverted this gap over here too on ES, like this 1 minute. You know, I be getting the craziest DMs, I feel like. You know, someone DM me trying to help me get partnered up with a broker, and their Instagram page was just so crazy. It's like this girl who's like, she goes by Dancing Trader, and it looks like this is, I'm just so thrown off by this. You said in a 5-minute BPR could reject but still holding. I mean, yeah, there's a 5-minute BPR down here. There's a lot of stuff. Looks like we're still moving up here. You said I'm betting the FVG on the 5-minute is support. I mean, honestly, it probably is. Like, if you look on NQ, I feel like it looks like we want to pull back to this 15-minute, but like, I feel like ES doesn't look like that. And we're just moving so bullish, like, even if logically a pullback would make sense, we don't necessarily need to do it. So there is an S&T at this high. I don't necessarily expect it to hold, but sometimes when I'm waiting for pullbacks, I feel like sometimes I watch the highs and I see if an SMT forms and get respected. Sometimes I like to think, okay, we might experience like a slight pullback right now. Like, it doesn't mean we're necessarily bearish higher time frame. I feel like sometimes this can be like a early indication of a temporary reversal. Especially if we were to close through like this 3-minute on NQ, I feel like we're probably going to rebalance to this unfilled 15-minute. I'm not going to take a short like that, but I feel like if we weren't so bullish higher time frame and like conditions were different, I feel like this is a setup I consider. What's up, Mental Pause? How are you? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If we close through this 3-minute, like I'm not gonna take this, but I'm gonna be a lot more confident we're gonna experience a retracement. I said morning, y'all. What's up, MCO2? How are you? I'm gonna mark out the 15-minute on ES as well. Honestly, I think NQ is gonna hit the 15-minute first, but I'll mark it on both. So honestly, if we're able to pull back into this 15-minute gap, the second we do, I'm just looking for longs lower time frame. And there's no even like there's no 5-minute gaps. Like honestly, even if there was like a 5-minute gap here and we reacted out of it, I might consider a long out of there, but we're just not doing that. Honestly though, we're probably gonna rebalance this 15-minute. Honestly, especially if this 3 minutes able to close through this gap, we're probably gonna rebalance this 15-minute. You said I made my trades yesterday. First was too early. Second trade was fat and pretty. Then I tried a third. TOS? Is that Thinkorswim? Yeah, Thinkorswim glitched and tried to buy 3 contracts instead of 1. With damn, that's annoying. But at least you ended in green. That's all that matters. You said so. I was chatting with support for the last 20 minutes. What'd they say? In my experience, I've called like Thinkorswim support when they were owned by TD Ameritrade, not Charles Schwab then. But in my experience, they were pretty good, honestly. I will admit, I feel like it took me a hot minute to get to a person, if you know what I mean. Like, I think I waited on hold for like... I probably waited on hold for like 30 minutes before, but once I got to a person, it was like amazing. You said they didn't see any glitches. We'll look into it. Yeah, honestly, it might be possible you maybe changed workspaces. Or like maybe you hit a button by accident. I mean, I don't know. Hope it doesn't happen again though. So honestly, now that we're closing through this 3-minute, like I'm not taking a short, but I feel like this gives me a lot more confidence that we're gonna rebalance. Well, at least we gotta invert the gap first. Okay, yeah, we closed through it. So like we closed through this 3-minute, which is the highest time frame gap separating us from the unfilled 15-minute gap below. So like I'm not gonna take a trade like this because it's too counter trend. But like when I do take counter trend trades, like this is the exact framework I want to see. Like SNT at the highs, right? Inverting the highest time frame gap. Approximately like a 1-to-1 at the unfilled gap. So like it's just too counter trend, but like let's say if we get what I want, right? We invert the gap, tap into the 15. I'd take longs though. You said I used the app Thinkorswim support chat thing. That was just gonna clean my mouse just in case it was mechanical. Yeah, in my experience, when I've tried to contact Thinkorswim, I've always called them on the phone. I guess maybe I'm old school. This was also a long time ago though. I've been using Thinkorswim since like 2019. My funded futures, they get rid of the core plan. What'd they do? They change it to the flex plan. When you were old and tired, you were a dinosaur. Interesting. So honestly, ES might actually tap into the 15-minute gap first, which surprises me. I was hoping that NQ could tap into the 15-minute gap first. So I'm not gonna take a long until either NQ or ES taps into this 15-minute gap. He said, well, sorry to hit and run. My day's already over. Tomorrow gonna be a killer. I feel the fire burning. Stay green, y'all. Good luck. Appreciate you stopping by, MCO, too. Have a good rest of your day. You said you too liked. Appreciate that. Oh, and also, if you guys don't mind, hit the like button on the YouTube stream. It does help me out, and I do appreciate it. It's funny, like, ES is still pulling back, but NQ is moving up right now. You said adding another 4 minis at the 15-minute? 4 minis or micros? 4 minis. I mean, we're definitely very bullish. I agree. But like 4 minis? Damn. You must be trading with some sides, bro. Damn, I really want to see a pullback to that 15-minute. And like neither NQ or ES tapped into it. And I guess like if we do break above these highs and continue up, if we get really close to this daily unfilled gap, and let's say we open up a 5-minute going toward there, I might take a pullback into that. But you said any trades today just joined? No, I haven't found anything just yet. I was considering there was like a 5-minute inversion down here. But at least on NQ, this first candle didn't close through the 5-minute. And like this second candle that did close through it is like in the sky. And even this other candle over here, ES kind of took the high. But I haven't really found anything. I'm looking for continuation longs right now, but we're just not pulling back into this 15-minute gap. You said my long TP is 120 at the stacked highs. Oh yeah, that is not a bad area whatsoever. I'm bullish until like 130 at this daily unfilled gap, but that honestly, I think it's very obvious that area is gonna hit. So I guess, I mean, I know this definitely is not ideal, but maybe if we open up like a 5-minute gap while trending up, and we pull back into that and get a reaction out of that. But I'm not gonna, I really wanted to see that 15-minute gap get tapped. I guess I forgot to say this before, but remember how I was talking about how like normally if we weren't so bullish when I take counter trend trades, like this is something I would take. But like I literally mentioned this is too counter trend for me to take, and like this setup failed. Like this right here is exactly why I fade setups like this. It's just like it's way too bullish. Take a short. You know, there's so much, and this is random, but there's so much snow outside my house. Like I was like coming home today and I was looking and I was like, why is this snow like up to my chest almost? I know it's because like the snow trucks, like they come and they push it to the side, so like there's mounds on the side. But like there's so much snow outside my house. I mean, I live in New York, in case you guys don't know. I know other places are doing worse than me though, but it's looking like we're probably going to open up this 5-minute gap. You said, man, I'm jealous. Texas got like 3 inches of straight ice. That's crazy. Yeah, I was lucky. Honestly, I didn't get much ice here. It was mostly snow that fell. And I was afraid that it was going to be like snow that fell and then ice came in the middle and more snow. Because I feel like that's like the worst you could get. Because it's hard to shovel that. Dude, I had to like shovel my car out from like a mound of snow. He said it's just cold here in Cali. You know, also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the thing I talk about. I'm actually making a YouTube series about this. But I don't know if you guys have heard me talk about the weather model. So I'm testing out this strategy where I know it sounds crazy, but you literally go long or short based on the weather. So like the weather in New York though, because think about it, like the New York Stock Exchange is based in New York, right? So the weather over there. So I have this separate account at Lucid. It's actually about to hit take profit. I'm essentially just doing a 1-to-1, 100-point stop loss, 100-point take profit at market open. I actually got a bad fill today, but what's my TP's at like 94? I'm trying to make like $400. You know, if I can't take a trade today, I got to show you guys some TP hitting. The weather. Dude, some dude put me on, though. I'm going to make a video explaining this thing, like, in depth. But some dude put me on. He's like, dude, I'm looking at, like, moon signs and star signs and, like, the wind speed. I'm like, dude, what's going on? I love it, though. I really do. It's like trading with, like, zodiac signs. You know, I know this... So, while we're on the topic, though, you know, part of the reason I think this guy is not crazy is because, I know there's actually one trader out there who literally bases his trades off of like star signs, like star patterns. Like he'll literally look into the stars and be like, oh yeah, you know, we have this constellation. I'm going to take this trade. And like he actually made it, like I think he made millions of dollars. It's like, dude, like what? Like we definitely live in a simulation. Bro, I'm in Dodgy's Discord and he goes, guys, Apex 90% off sales back. Go full port silver if you want to pass easily. Dude, like don't tell your followers to go full port silver. But, so honestly, I'm waiting for a pullback into this 5-minute gap right now. If we are able to pull back into this 5-minute gap, I'll look for a continuation long out of it. I would have been more confident in the other trade where we, pull back into this 15-minute gap, but you said this is the craziest idea. Yeah, dude, and this dude that like I'm talking to it about with, like he came into all my TikTok lives and just was like, "Yo, what's your Discord?" And he just keeps sending me all these spreadsheets he's making. I honestly I respect it so much. Here, wait, like I'm not gonna show you guys the whole spreadsheet, but like I'll just give you guys an approximate thing. Like, look at this. You can't read. I gotta turn my brightness up. But you can't read this, but like, there's all these columns. And see, one column says date, and then temperature, the cloud covering percentage, was there rain or snow, the humidity, the wind speed, the wind direction, the visibility, the pressure in HPA, which I've never even heard of, the sun elevation, moon phase, night previous, general statement. Dude, he's making general statements like pleasant for a winter walk. Like, dude, how do you know that? This guy's got to be so smart. And he's even backtesting it like in FX replay, and he's sending me results. Like this dude. Yo, this dude's about to make more money than me trading like the weather. And I think my TP for that weather model thing though is like 95. So if it hits up here, that's my take profit. I actually even got a bad entry. I entered late. That's actually part of the reason I started stream late. Because I was trying to enter my position for the weather model. You know, I almost feel bad talking about it too, but I asked him, I was like, can I make some videos about this? And he was like, I don't care. He was like, as long as, he's like, you let me call myself the mentor of your mentor. I was like, oh, sure, bro, I don't care. I'll give you a shout out, bro, I don't care. You know, I would never do this, but yo, I think should I get my Instagram story and take a video of this trade? Hit him like, yo, just took a win on live stream. But I didn't even take it on live stream. I looked at the weather before stream and gambled. I'm still waiting for a pullback into a 5 or a 15-minute gap. And honestly, even if we open up, there's like a tiny 5-minute that might open up here. I really would prefer if we pull into this other 5-minute down here. Because I feel like tiny 5-minute gaps can be like deceiving, if that makes sense. You said I'm down $10. I decided to just close the laptop before I do something stupid. Honestly, not a bad idea. You know, and like honestly, I feel your pain though. Like I know it was only like 30 cents, but I've been there, dude. Like like you remember I said before, like I hope I didn't jinx you, but like I literally have been in that situation where like I've put an account in such like a drawdown when it should be easy. Oh, is that TP hit? Yeah, I just won my weather model trade. I mean, well, I'm actually at break even though. I actually tried the weather model yesterday and I actually lost. But you know, I went short because it was cloudy, I'm pretty sure. And I think yesterday was a crazy bullish day just because of like fundamental news, if that makes sense. But you said, what's the weather model? Yeah, I was talking about it before. So there's some dude. I'm actually making a YouTube series about this. So I mean, I'll upload a video. I don't know exactly when I'll upload the first episode, but it's essentially like this thing. You said Monday was so weather model though. But essentially you look at the weather in New York, because right, the New York Stock Exchange is based in New York, so it's like a psychological thing. If it's a sunny day and it's like clear skies, it's good weather, you go long at market open, 100-point take profit, 100-point stop loss. And then what do you call it? And then if it's like bad weather, if it's cloudy or rainy, you go short, 100-point take profit, 100-point stop loss. You said yesterday was kind of sunny. I'm pretty sure I looked up the weather on the like LaGuardia Airport website, because the dude who put me onto this strategy, he said he uses the LaGuardia Airport because they track the weather really well and they're right next to the stock exchange. Not like right next to it, they're pretty close to. So I'm pretty sure they claimed that market open was cloudy, and I just kind of went based off that. And on top of that too, I feel like another thing was that we were coming off that snowstorm. If you know what I mean, like we just got hit with a crazy snowstorm. He said, "Oh yeah, trust me, I know it's out there. I bought like a $60 eval. I've been trading it, and like honestly, I know this sounds funny. I'm really trying to get a 1K payout from this weather model. And like honestly though, if I can get a 1K payout from weather model, I feel like that'll make a good YouTube series. Like, dude, I can clickbait people so hard. Like, I made $1,000 trading the weather. Like, I make more money than you do trading weather." Oh. You said, "Oh yeah, I got it." You said, yeah, I mean, no strategy 100%. Yeah, exactly. You said clickbait go crazy. Yeah, I mean, and even I'm sure the weather model strategy, there's no shot this is 100%. So we actually might get a pullback into a 5-minute gap right now, which is what I've been waiting for. Oh, and it might happen inside the 11 a.m. macro too, because I always say like the times I like to pay attention to most is like the 10 minutes before and after like the hourly opens and like closes. So essentially, right, we have the 11 a.m. candle is going to open, so 10 minutes before and after that. Usually gives good price action. Excuse me. You said we're in a 1-hour FVG? You're in a 1-hour FVG. To be completely honest with you, I don't know what you're talking about. Respectfully. I mean, I guess you might be talking about like this 1 hour over here, but like this is a 1 hour from so long ago, and like we actually almost inverted it like over here. We actually inverted it over here, I guess. Thursday. I just feel like the gap's too far back where it kind of makes sense to look at, if that makes sense. I just feel like we're moving in bullish order flow right now, and we're coming out of a 4 hour. So like I always say, like the higher time frame holds the higher power. So like at this moment in time right now, like we're delivering from a 4 hour. Like is a 1 hour going to stop us? Probably not. I think we're delivering to this daily unfilled gap up here right now, at least. I'm like, I'm wrong sometimes too, but that's just my analysis. No, I don't want to jinx it. We might get a pullback around here. Looks like we're starting to pull back right now. I would prefer if we could tap into this deeper 5-minute gap. I mean, like, honestly, if we do tap into this first one and give me a very clean, like, lower time frame rejection, I might try it, but I would definitely prefer if we tap into the lower one. I don't like the 30-second. If we can open up a 1-minute gap here and invert it, I might try this depending on how it forms. I definitely want to see us pull a little lower though. Ooh. I'm curious if I were to take, interesting, my stop loss is less than I expected, and I can get a decent RR on this. I mean, like, I'm not going to target this, but if I did target this daily unfilled gap, that's like a 2-to-1. That's not bad. I have a feeling ES is going to take out the high really quickly, though. I wonder if there's a 2-minute. No, not yet. No 2-minute. No 3-minute yet. Because I was paying attention to, like, what's the highest time frame gap in the current price leg. Ooh, so I like this. So we did pull a little lower. We have tapped into that other 5-minute gap I want to see get tapped. Is there this tiny ass 30-second gap here? This is way too small. I can't take an inversion off of that. I wish I could, but I can't. So honestly, I mean, now that we've tapped into this 5-minute, I feel like we're probably going to go up. I mean, I feel like if I wait for a close to this 2-minute, I'm just scared. I feel like I probably won't get an entry because I want to go break even at the internal high. And I feel like ES is just so much more bullish. It'll take it really quickly. You said, Timmy, what's up, GC Trading Systems? How are you? So we're still holding this 5-minute gap for right now. You said say hi to the stream. What's up? Kind of choppy right now. You said any trades? I haven't found anything just yet. I've definitely been really long biased. I've been looking for longs, but at least today, I haven't found any entries so far. I was eyeing like this 5-minute inversion down here, but we never closed through that gap. And once we did close through it, we were like all the way up here. And then I was waiting for a pullback into this 15-minute gap after we created it, and we never pulled into it. I'm considering maybe taking a long out of these 5-minute gaps up here, depending how structure goes. You said same, I like higher. Yeah, honestly, the main target I have is there's like a daily unfilled gap up here, and there's also relative equal highs right next to it. So I'm bullish toward there. We open up a 4-minute gap here. I feel like if there's a 4-minute, I feel like there's no shot I'm getting an entry. So honestly, we might open up an unfilled 5-minute gap up here. If we open up that, I might like longs toward the unfilled 5-minute, like up here. I still gotta wait 2 minutes for that gap to open up though. And honestly, if I can't find anything by like 11:10, I'm probably gonna call it around then, because that's when I always stop trading. I feel like that's when it starts to get closer to like lunch hour chop. I'm kind of not the biggest fan of that. So if we were to close, I don't think it's gonna happen. But if we close through this 4-minute on this candle, I'm gonna try a long. The only thing is, if ES takes the internal high, I'm going to go break even. So I don't think there's a high chance of me getting an entry here. Yeah, especially with the way this candle is performing. Nah. Ooh, this is nice. So if we can pull back from here and run like these kind of stacked lows down here and leave behind an unfilled 5-minute gap above, I would really like a trade where like right, let's say we're chopping here, open up this 5-minute, sweep these lows, give me an inversion to the unfilled 5-minute. We have 30 seconds. Dude, there's no shot we're going to close through. No shot we close through. Yeah, so we're opening up this unfilled 5-minute in like 10 seconds. I don't think I'm going to get it, but I really want this thing to run lower right now. Nah, so we tapped into that 5-minute gap. So now Like this 5-minute is the highest time frame gap in this leg. So if I were to take a long, I would have to wait for that 5-minute to get inverted. The only annoying thing is ES is just so close to the high. Like ES is literally going to take my break-even point already. And like, yeah, you could say you could ignore ES. But like, I like to be conservative and not ignore ES. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, ES took the high. So I'd be less confident in that trade now because there's an SMT at the high. Like, I know we're definitely moving in a very clear trend. You could tell me just to go break even at this this high up here, but it's not something I typically do. Like, could this play out? Definitely. So I guess at this point, the only thing I'd really want to see for me to take longs is maybe if we sweep out this low inside this 5-minute gap, give me a clear reaction off of that. But like, I have a feeling it might be a no trade day for me. I still gotta wait like 10 minutes to get a clear answer on that, but. And honestly, I would take a long if either NQ or ES takes out the low inside the 5-minute gap. Like, as long as one of them takes out this most recent low, I'd go for a long. It's kind of cool, though. Like, remember I was talking about how ES took that high? I'm less confident in this long. It's kind of pulling back now. I mean, like, this setup could still work out and all, but at least I was onto something there. I wonder if maybe we can open up a 1-minute gap here and sweep these lows. Maybe like a 2-minute or something. Ugh. Damn, no pullback. Yeah, I mean, we are going to invert this 5-minute, but I'm not going to take this. Just because, like, there's an SMT at the high. It's not even like we're delivering from a 15-minute gap. We're only delivering from, like, a 5-minute. Like, if I lost on this, I'd be upset at myself, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong, though. The draw is so clear. The draw is so clear. Like, days like this can be hard as a trader. Like, when you know where the market's going and you're so like clear on where it's going and you're right, but it's like I haven't really gotten any clean entries really. Like, for example, if at 10 a.m., right, we open up this 15-minute gap, we kind of chopped for a bit, manipulated down, came back up, like, that would be such a good setup. But I never got that today. You know, I have a feeling, I mean, I don't even, honestly, I'm wondering if I should just start my recap, to be honest, because I'm thinking about it, right? Like, the only setup I potentially could take at this point would be either if we came down and swept out these lows, but, like, we're so far away, we're not going to do that. And, like, maybe if we open up this 5-minute gap, but, like, it's just getting too late in the session at this point. Like, it's getting close to lunch hour, and, like, don't get me wrong, like, this 5-minute inverse here could work, but I'm just not willing to take it. Honestly, I'm going to do a recap of the whole session now, because I don't think I got much more to say. So, starting at the open, right, I said I had a bullish bias. I was really confident in that, to be honest. So, I'll mark out, like, so 9:30 open was, like, right around here, right? Get the arrow tool and make it more clear. So, 9:30 opens around here, right? So, at 9:30 open, we manipulated below London lows. We tapped into a 4-hour gap. So, like, on the higher time frame, the draw I was looking to see get hit. You said, I'm waiting for a sell. Yeah, honestly, you said faded 2 bangers, I'm off. So, we have this daily unfilled gap over here. We came really close to edging it multiple times. Like, well, we edged it multiple times, right? We never actually tapped into it. I think that's where we're drawing to right now. It's really obvious. Like, even on the 4-hour, like what I was talking about yesterday was we had this 4-hour gap right around here. We swapped out the low inside that gap. We're experiencing a very clear displacement away from that low, right? Once we swept it, very clear reaction. And then, so this is the first kind of rebalance we got. We opened up this 4-hour gap right over here. And then right at market open, we traded into this 4-hour gap. So honestly, I was gonna, like, in my bias, I was gonna say I want to see this 4-hour get hit, but it got hit the second I sat down for market open. So from there, I was looking for longs. On the 5-minute time frame, so like this right here is what I call like a Judas move, right? Like a counter trend move at open, so we can sweep liquidity and go the intended direction. Like, this is a great example of what a Judas swing is, right? Because, like, we're very bullish higher time frame. We have a 4-hour gap below. We're gonna manipulate down into that. I also marked out the most recent price leg. If you go from like this high to this low, I marked out equilibrium of this range, like premium discount. Essentially, like, sometimes in a range, price likes to dip below 50% of the range, and at that point, it's like in a discount. So I marked out equilibrium in this range. You can see we perfectly tapped into equilibrium in this range, reacted very strongly out of it. Now, the highest time frame gap in this most current price leg was this 5-minute gap right here. So we pretty much opened up this gap. We traded into it really quickly. I'm pretty sure there might have been a 30-second entry. Was there a 30-second entry on this? You open up the 5-minute gap. There might have been... No, there was an entry. I lied. Oh, no, I remember there was an entry because there's like multiple gaps here. Okay, yeah, no, there was an entry. So the 5-minute gap was the highest time frame gap in this leg, right? So we never actually closed through this 5-minute. You can see this candle came really close to closing through it, but we never actually closed through it. And once we did close through this gap, like, your risk to reward's cooked. It's like, if I enter an inverse up here, it's like, what? Do I put my stop loss all the way down here? Target all the way up here? It's just, I know it might work, but it's not a trade you want to be taking, to be honest. Right, so we opened up another 5-minute gap here. Like, you can see at 10 a.m., We kind of did come into it. But, there was like this 2-minute gap right here. I'm pretty sure, was the 2-minute the highest time frame? I forget. Yeah, 2-minute was the highest time frame here, right? So I was waiting for a close through. You said I'm an NQ longs RN. That's what's up. We're probably going to hit this unfilled daily gap up here. But so I want to take out the high, then dump. I could see that, honestly. But so I was waiting for a long, but this candle closed again. It just closed way too high up. There's no good break-even point here, so I passed up on this long. Lastly, there was one last setup that I could have taken. So I would have preferred, if you look at the, the 15-minute time frame, right? We opened up this 15-minute fair value gap. Like, honestly, like, since we had 10 a.m. open, in my honest opinion, at 10 a.m. open, we really should have retraced into something significant. Because, like, I talk about this every day. Like, 10 a.m. is the start of a new 4-hour candle, right? So, like, this 4-hour candle, like, yes, it did print a wick to the downside at 10 a.m., but I feel like usually it wicks into something significant. And, like, yeah, it traded into a 5-minute gap, but I feel like 5 minutes too low time frame. Like, we really should have traded into this 15-minute gap for me to get really A plus rated longs. And, like, it's not even like ES tapped into the gap either. Like, we just left behind this unfilled 15-minute gap. So, like, at that point, I was going to say, okay, like, if we are going to keep going higher, I want to see us create a new 5-minute gap and respect that. So, that's pretty much what we did, right? We created a new 5-minute gap here. We pulled back into it, and then we ended up opening up this 5-minute gap right here. So this was pretty much my last shot for me to take a long entry. I would have entered once we closed through this gap with like a stop loss at the swing low. I could have either gone for 1-to-1, or I could have targeted these highs if I was feeling risky. But the main thing going against me here was that you can see once we got the close of this candle, like, ES had already taken the highs, and I like to be a little conservative where I go break even when either NQ or ES takes the high. Unless, like, let's say if we have an unfilled 5 or 15, sometimes I kind of bend my rules a little bit. Or let's say if we have, like, low resistance liquidity or, like, equal highs or equal lows, sometimes I kind of wait. But, like, in this case, I feel like we're overextended. We never even rebalanced, like, an unfilled 15-minute. We've only rebalanced the 5-minute. Like, honestly, like, am I confident enough to take this 5-minute inversion? Me, personally, honestly, not really. And, like, don't get me wrong, price action was amazing today. This was some of the best price action we've had in a very long time. Like, I was able to read the market very clearly. I was able to know, like, where we were drawing toward. We just didn't get the retracements I wanted. But you said sell. Honestly, I mean, I'm not willing to take longs anymore. I think once we come up here and take out some of, like, these levels up here, it might go for shorts, but I think it might slowly chop up for a bit. But, I mean, I'm done. We're almost, yeah, it's like 11:13. We're getting close to that, like, lunch session. I feel like once you get closer to 12, it gets really choppy. So, like, yeah, I always stop trading at 11:10. So that was pretty much all I've got to say, I guess. I don't think I have anything else to say about that. So, I mean, yeah, I'll stay on for a couple more minutes in case you guys have any questions. And also, in case you guys didn't hear before, Alpha Futures is running a discount where they're actually doing 20% off until the end of January 29th. So, it's like a special they're doing where it's 20% off. You can use my discount code, which is code TIMB272. That'll get you 20% off all evaluations. I like the zero plan. It's got no activation fee. So, the 50K is like $99. But after my discount, which is 20% for the next like couple days, that'll make it like $80 all in for a 50K, and the 100K is like $160 all in. You said best PA since the month started. Honestly, that's so facts. Like, even though I didn't get a good trade, I know this might sound funny. I'm gonna walk away today and I'm gonna say, oh, price action's so back. Like, because it makes me feel a little better to see the market actually trending, moving the way it's supposed to. Like, yeah, it didn't give me a pullback, but this is like, this is music to my ears. It's a sight to my eyes. I could cry. Oh, yeah, and also, if you guys aren't in my free Discord already, I do have my free Discord. It's linked in the pinned comment as well as on my profile. You guys are welcome to join that. Tag me anytime. Ask me any questions. I won't get back to you in, like, a timely fashion, but I do my best to get back to everyone inside my free Discord. And also, if you guys like what I did here today, I mean, I do live trade on YouTube at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, literally every single day, Monday to Friday. So if you guys want to keep hanging out with me as a regular thing, I'll be live for the rest of the week, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, kind of cool though. I guess. Oh, I don't know. I'll try to make this a tradition while I can. I have these out futures accounts for now. I'll lock out these. So you can see I'm not taking any trades today. I locked out those accounts. Oh, and I guess I can show you my weather model trade real quick. Yeah, so this was a trade I took with the weather model. I didn't take this on stream for like full transparency. Like I did not even tell you guys I was taking this trade until it was about to hit. But I'm working on a YouTube series essentially where I'm trading what I call the weather model, where I'm either going long or short based on if there's good or bad weather in New York. Because like the New York Stock Exchange is in New York, right? So I did take that win, which I didn't tell you guys about. So I'm not going to count this toward a win on stream or anything, but I figured I'll just be transparent with you guys. I will be dropping that full. I'm going to make it into a series of multiple episodes, but I'm going to drop the first episode, I want to say next Tuesday if I had to guess. I'm not too sure yet, honestly. I'm still working on it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. So I do appreciate every single one of you guys that stopped by today, hung out with me while I'm trading. And I will be live again tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. But I hope all you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out.